What's up, guys? Mitchell Watts with Town & Country TV, and today we are test driving the 2021 Ford Bronco 4-door that we are giving away. That is right. Once we hit 300,000 followers, subscribers on YouTube, we are going to give this puppy away. But throughout this time, we are going to use this as a build opportunity. We're going to customize it, trick it out, test it before and after, and that way you guys kind of get a good feel for what is the Bronco in stock form, in the base model, which is the way it is equipped right now. And then as time goes through, you'll be able to see what these modifications do to the performance of the vehicle. So if you haven't already done so, go ahead and subscribe. So the very first thing that you'll notice, this is a soft top version. There's a slew of issues with Ford right now being able to produce enough of these hard tops, the molded in color hard tops. We're not going to get into the issue of tops today. I want to stay focused on how does this thing drive. First up, let's tell you a little bit more about the equipment. Now, if you haven't had a chance to see our actual review where we walk around the vehicle and show you everything there, you need to make sure you check that out. That'll be linked up in the cards over there, so take a look at that. But this is going to be more specifically about how it drives. How is it on the road? We've got other videos coming how it goes off-road as well, so once again, subscribe so you don't miss that. But the very first thing I want to tell you, this vehicle as a base model without the Sasquatch package comes with 16-inch wheels and very, very small tires, as you can see right there on the screen. That's not really all that bad, because the way Ford has marketed this base model is for those of you guys that want to customize your Bronco from the ground up, the base model is for you. And that's exactly what we're doing with this build series, but it's just nice that Ford gave us that opportunity. Now, if you also plan on just buying your Bronco and daily driving it and never taking it off-road, these tires are actually fantastic. They're quiet, you don't have any really issues and things like that. Now, the other thing that I love about going back to the soft top for a second is its versatility. So I'm actually on my way into the dealership right now, and you know what? I come to this stop right here. I only have just a small window of time. And yeah, I can literally throw the top back while I'm at a stoplight. I mean, how freaking sweet is that? You can't do that in a molded in color hardtop. Now, putting it back might be a little bit more difficult, but as you saw, I didn't have to get out of the vehicle to actually open up the top. And I'll tell you that as far as dropping the top, every time it's a beautiful day like it is today, I probably will drop this top back. But I wouldn't do that if it was a molded in color hardtop, because I have to take the panels out, put the panels in the bag, store the panels in the back. It's just a little too much hassle. Now, maybe in the years coming on my personal Bronco, because I've got a 2021 Badlands that's lifted on 37, so if you haven't checked those videos out, make sure you do that as well. But maybe in the future I'll buy another hardtop. I'm really excited to see what the aftermarket does. Mine has got a soft top, and I'm going to SEMA, or at least I'm planning on it at this point in time, and I cannot wait to see what these aftermarket companies come out with when it comes to these hard tops. They might come out with an option that's significantly better than the Ford option, and the Ford option is actually a pretty decent little hard top. As far as driving this vehicle on road, it is absolutely fantastic, and one of the things that makes the difference is going to be the independent front suspension. Jeep Wrangler makes a fantastic product, a fantastic rock crawler. It's got the solid front axle, which is awesome. But with every pro comes a con, and the con to a solid front axle is you've got a floaty feeling steering wheel. You've got, you know, it's just not the most confidence-inducing driving experience on the road. Well, Ford has got that figured out, I think, because of this independent front suspension. The independent front suspension obviously is going to make it feel a lot more confidence-inspiring, and as I try and find a straight spot of road, I'm not afraid to take my hands off the steering wheel, and the vehicle goes perfectly straight, which is a very, very nice, like I said, confidence-inducing setup. We are, at the time I'm making this video, just about to start driving 1,600 miles one way to Buena Vista, Colorado for the Bronco Super Celebration. And I'm taking my lifted Bronco on 37s all the way there. We're not trailering it. If that tells you how good the suspension is, I have no concerns that I'm not going to be fighting with it the entire time just to stay on the road. As far as the acceleration is concerned, I'm not sure what the 0 to 60 miles an hour is in the 2.3 EcoBoost, which is what this vehicle is equipped with, but it really doesn't feel like it's lacking in power. It feels very similar to driving a Ford Ranger, the new body style Ford Ranger. Are you gonna win any races? Nope, not even close. But as far as I'm concerned, I think lifting it and putting it on some slightly bigger tires, you're not gonna have any problems at all. You might wanna consider re-gearing it, but the 2.3 is a tried and true motor because it's been in the Ranger, it's been in the Mustang, it has been in the Focus RS, well, a version of it, but it's just interesting to know this is not a brand new motor. That 18-wheeler behind me is getting it. This is not a brand new motor, guys. Ford's not trying to figure this motor out on the Bronco. They went with something they already knew is very reliable, relatively speaking. Now, the other option for motors that this one's not equipped with is going to be the 2.7 liter EcoBoost. That is also a tried and true motor that is already found in the Ford F-150, among other vehicles, but that's the predominant one. I've had a 2.7 liter F-150, drove it for 2 or 3 years, and I love that motor. It got fantastic fuel economy. It was very strong as far as acceleration is concerned. Now, it's not going to tow 12 or 14,000 pounds, but that's not what I was using the vehicle for. Same with my Bronco as well. So I think Ford has hit a home run on both of the motors that you have available in the new Bronco. So this Bronco, as equipped, is rated for 20 miles per gallon in the city and 22 on the highway. Now, this vehicle is actually reading 18.1 miles per gallon, but in full disclosure, I've not even been trying to get good fuel economy. I've just been driving it like I want to, and it's also within its break-in period. So what Ford is telling us is that sometimes vehicles do get better gas mileage, fuel economy, once it's outside of that break-in period. So I don't really have any issues with the fuel economy, and I think that you can actually get those are real-world numbers. And in addition to that, it is significantly better in fuel economy compared to my 2021 Badlands lifting on 37s. I'm getting about 12 or 13 miles a gallon right now. So yeah, those are miles per gallon. This is actually miles per gallon. As far as leg room is concerned and headroom, I'm 6'3" and I've got plenty of headroom. Yeah, that's a terrible dad joke. Okay. No, seriously, you do have plenty of room in the vehicle, even with the top up, top down. You've got plenty of leg room, knee room. In fact, I didn't even have my seat all the way back, and I'm 6'3" driving the vehicle. I'm actually comfortable with the seat scooted up just a little bit. So that is interesting to know for y'all taller guys and gals. Don't worry, the Bronco is actually a good fitting, good sized vehicle for a lot of different people. Another thing that I absolutely love about this Bronco, even in completely base form, once again, this vehicle only has one option, and that is these auxiliary switches located up here. So that way you can wire lights and wire custom accessories. You have that ability to power it using those. But the reason that I love this vehicle so much is wireless Apple CarPlay and Android Auto comes standard equipment on this 8-inch touchscreen. The fact you don't have to pay a penny extra to get that feature is huge to me. So that way you have the ability to communicate and talk over the phone. You can get Waze or navigation through your smartphone. You don't have to rely on paying Ford an extra $795 or whatever they charge for the navigation system, for their navigation system. You have the ability to go with Waze, which in my opinion is a better navigation app because it gives you warnings and updates, and it's just a much better app, and I'm so glad that they have the ability to cast that wirelessly onto the screen. The other thing that I love about this sync system is also the microphones inside of them. I've had a lot of people say, you know, I've had a Jeep before and you can't really talk on the Bluetooth at all if you're driving down the road with the top off. Well, I've tested it in, you know, my Bronco, but I've not tested it in this one. But I want to test how it is to make an actual live call and see if someone can hear me. Now, in full disclosure, I'm actually about to get on the interstate, and once I do, I'm going to make a random phone call to my wife. She has no idea that I'm calling, and let's see if she actually complains of any kind of wind noise. It'd be fun little unscientific experiment. Let's try it out. All right, so as I get up to speed, I'm gonna get to 70 miles an hour, which is the speed limit here locally. I'm gonna make sure the windows are up because I think that's kind of a fair comparison. But once again, the top is completely, I say completely back, it's back into the first position. So let's get on the interstate. Now, the other thing that I love about the Bronco is having the ability to call, you can summon Siri straight from the steering wheel. So you hold that button, it'll bring up Siri. Call my wife. Let's see what she said. Hey, hon, what you doing? Does the microphone sound any weird? Does this sound weird? Can you hear me okay?
Yes.
Why are you acting funny?
Why are you funny? We just talked.
I mean, okay, so I've got the top down and I'm making a phone call, but you can hear me okay? Is the wind noise terrible?
No, I can hear your voice fine. I can hear wind, but it's not bothering your voice.
Okay, so you can hear the wind, but it's manageable. Okay, all right, I'm just testing it out. I love you. Have a good day. Well, you could tell based on the why are you calling me? She wasn't expecting the phone call. But, okay, so there you have it. The unscientific test is you can definitely hear the wind noise, but doing 70 miles an hour running down the interstate, whatever Ford did and wherever they put these microphones, they've done a really, really a good job with it. So props off to the engineers at Ford Motor Company for making the sync system fantastic. All right, so in conclusion, let's talk a little bit about my overall thought process on how this thing drives on the road. Now, in full disclosure, obviously you probably know we're a Ford dealership, but we are also a custom shop outside of Alabama. So I am a little bit biased, but keep in mind that any of our videos, I don't ever try and sell anybody. I don't really care if anybody buys anything from us. My job is to teach you guys so that way you can make an informed decision. And if that's with another dealership, we don't care. We're just honored to help because we learned a long time ago. If I can just worry about helping people, I'll never have to worry about money or selling cars. It's just a natural byproduct. So with that being said, on the interstate, 18-wheelers, I hope this audio comes out halfway decent. If it doesn't, I apologize. But in conclusion, I would say that the independent front suspension is a fantastic thing as far as being able to drive the vehicle. I mean, yes, I'm paying attention to the road. I'm not even looking at the camera. I'm wanting just to see how well this suspension tracks in a straight line. I think that's fantastic. Is this one really hardcore off-road capable right now? No. But with just a couple of very inexpensive modifications, I think we can get it to being somewhat in that right step, that right direction. For someone that is going to primarily, if they're going to keep it stock, primarily drive this thing on the road and need four-wheel drive every now and then, this is the perfect vehicle for you, if the form factor is right for you. The drive is fantastic for on-road experience, and I cannot wait to drive this thing off-road so that way you guys can experience that with me. I've been to the Bronco off-rodeo. I know what a Badlands is capable of. It's ridiculous, but I'm very curious to know what this base model is capable of. So if you haven't already done so, make sure you subscribe to that channel so you don't miss that video, and also get us to that 300,000 followers and subscribers on YouTube so that way we can give this thing away. So guys, thank you so much for watching this video. If you have any questions, comments, or concerns, hit us up down in the comments below. Let's trick that algorithm on YouTube by smashing that thumbs up button. It really helps promote this video to other people who need to see it. And I appreciate you guys for sharing the video. Guys, if you haven't already done so, make sure you click the subscribe button with that bell notification turned on so you don't miss a single video. Peace.